Hey, Miss Carter. Welcome, guys. We are back, baby. Agent Carter is back for season number 2, and I just watched, even though I'm a little bit late from the review, but now that I know it's out and Agent Carter's back, we're talking The Lady in the Lake and A View in the Dark. And I gotta say, it started off kind of goofy, honestly. It started off a little bit goofy. Carter is not just a little just what 2-part episode is, and not open like an hour long. So it was like a long kind of sitting, and some parts were a little bit just a little bit slow, and you kind of like you weren't too interested, invested in it. But what this really is about is like we're back with Carter. Carter is still with the SSR, or whatever it's called. She's with this time whose head, the commissioner, is Jack for the first season, and Jack still has he still doesn't like Carter. Like he still gives her shit, which I don't understand. When I thought they became closer, but anyway, so they catch that Russian spy. Or is she technically Russian? The one spy from the first season. Carter was interrogating her, but Jack has her basically go to LA because Daniel is the head over there in LA. He's the head, commissioner dude. So Carter goes over there, and they're trying to solve this case that has to do with matter, like kind of like this kind of substance that it kind of reminds me of dark matter, or whatever, the matter from Thor the Dark World, where anything that kind of like touches it freezes, so it's like it has to be contained. Anybody who gets involved with it freezes like that. So they find a lady who's in an icicle basically, and they try to figure out, okay, how did she get like this? So a lot of things happen. We get a lot of returning characters like Jarvis returns, Daniel of course returns, Jack returns, but we get a lot of new faces like Jarvis's wife, which she is awesome. We learned that Daniel and Peggy, it seemed like they did have a little bit of a romance at the end of season 1, but now, the distance that they were both, it just didn't work. And Daniel's actually seen somebody else, and Carter is a little bit, you know, devastated by that, but she moves on and actually starts has another love interest in Dr. Wilkes. And Dr. Wilkes is actually the guy who works for the company that has that kind of matter. There's a lot of twists and turns that go around in here. So I'm gonna leave it to you guys to watch. So this is just basically what a natural review. I'm not gonna spoil too much about what's going on here. So I gotta say, of course, Peggy is always awesome. Love her wittiness. I love just her action sequences. When I mean, she's great. I love Peggy Carter. When I was watching this two-parter though, I was like, poor Cap, man. I mean, like, really, like when you see him, like, I love you, Peggy. Like when even with old Peggy and Captain America's Winter Soldier, or when he just even thinks about Peggy Carter, like, dude, what is she? Move on already. There's Scarlett Johansson. But when you see Carter, Agent Carter, you watch the show, you have so much more of appreciation of this character and her herself, and you understand why Captain America is like, ugh, man, I never got to hit it. Like, because Carter is like, she's a badass, she's a woman, she knows what she's doing. Of course, they write a lot of things in here still, like, oh yeah, you should be behind the desk. Like, I'm a man, you're a woman. Like, of course they're gonna throw that shit in there, which is I get it for the time that they're in, but it's just like, okay, yes, all right, we get it, You're a woman, you're strong, independent woman. That's great. Strong, independent women characters don't need that in a show to be so obvious and blatant. It just becomes naturally. That's how you get strong female characters. So the way they just throw it in there and like wink, wink, it's just like, come on, dude, you could write a little bit better than this. But overall, the first episode was okay. It was fine. I think it was really an introduction to some of these characters that we're going to meet along the way, especially the matter at hand. With the the thing that they're experiment that little where makes freezes everybody. We get introduced to that because it seems like it's gonna be a big thing moving forward. Dr. Wilkes, I really did like Dr. Wilkes. I thought Dr. Wilkes in this episode, he is a scientist who befriends Carter and kind of gives her the 411 on what's going on with this matter and and helps her with her case. Like Dr. Wilkes is a great character in this. I think in the second episode, he really evolved more. There's a lot of little mystery between not him, but like they kind of leave a lot of things up in the air between him and, of course, Carter. There's a love interest that's brewing right there. I really did like Dr. Wilkes. I think the second episode really made maybe catered for him. He's just more. He's charming. He's definitely. He definitely has a what he definitely is just like a sincere character where you kind of like you like because he's kind of goofy yet he's kind of he has done a lot in his past. So I think it's a good fit for Carter. But then you like Daniel too. I like Daniel because he has my name and he's awesome. And he does have, he is a little bit crippled, and you like characters to prevail from being a little bit crippled or just do. It is kind of a weakness though, because at one point in the second episode, he gets no, the first episode, he gets in a situation where having a leg, not a functional leg, is a definitely a disadvantage, especially in the line of work that he's in. But I do like Daniel as a character, and I do like Daniel and Peggy. Not saying that I like ship them. I don't ship them necessarily too much yet. I do, however, think that maybe he is the husband that Carter always mentions, or mentioned in, I believe, in one of the, I think it was in Winter Soldier, somewhere around there, somewhere. No, yeah, I think it was in Winter Soldier. So, but it's crazy. Like I definitely, it just saddens me that, like, you know what, the Cap and Carter are like meant for each other, but it's just too bad that it's like Romeo and Juliet, except they didn't die necessarily. It's just they're divided in two different time periods. It sucks. It's like that one movie with Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock where they mail each other. They're pen pals. Anyway, so Jarvis is a delight as always. I love Jarvis. He does bring the humor in here. He brings the comedy. I thought he was great in the two episodes, but I think introducing his wife was even better. I loved his wife. I love the friendship that automatically happened between her and Carter, because of course Jarvis is going to talk about Carter with his wife, and I just like the little moments between with Jarvis and his wife too, and with Carter. I mean, it was pretty funny. It was pretty cool. No Howard Stark in this though. No Howard Stark. There was one particular scene with the flamingo that was pretty funny though. The humor in here is fine. I thought, like I said, some parts work, very funny. I thought the overall plot and where it's going, sometimes I kind of picked at it. I'm like, this is kind of stupid, like some things here and there, but you just got to go with it. The special effects are not that great. They're pretty bad, to be honest. They're it's a TV, it's a television show, it's on network. It's not going to have the biggest budget in the world, but I thought it was just bad. I thought that the special effects were terrible. Um, Really, like when I watched these two episodes, there was a great little cliffhanger. There's a great little suspense moments. There's great, like I said, I think the characters are what bring it to kind of together. Uh, there's certain situations where I'm like, no, her and that dude would totally have died because those motherfuckers are using Tommy guns and they're right there next to them. Like there's moments like that, but like I said, you can't question it too much. You really just got to go with the flow. So far, the first episode kind of like lost a little bit of my interest, where I thought, yeah, I'm not really digging this plot line or where it's going. And I think episode two really just kind of brought me back into it and really got me a little bit more invested. The dialogue I thought was not too bad, not too shabby, especially with Carter and Wilkes, or Carter with Daniel. Daniel does have a little tantrum in this episode, which is kind of crazy. Um, but I think it's setting up for some good stuff. I think, oh god, the the promos that they're promoting Carter and the whole season, like it's so cartoonish and cheesy and kid friendly. It's just like I hate the promos that they're giving Carter, which it's more, it definitely has that PI investigator kind of vibe. Of course, Jessica Jones is what really sold it. But for Carter being lighthearted and fun, I think it works, especially for a network television series. I mean, of course, you wish for a little bit more. I think the choreography could be a little bit tad better, or the direction could be a little bit tad better with the fight sequences. But overall, it holds together. Overall, I think the premiere of Agent Carter 2 was a success, even though it has got low ratings. It was a soft opening for, and I'm pretty sure they didn't want that. I don't think Agent Carter is good for, you know, three more seasons. I think maybe one more season, but I wouldn't mind if this would be her last season, because I don't think, now that I'm watching it, I'm like, okay, you know, the first season was good. I liked it. I really did like it. The second season is starting off pretty promising. We'll see at the end of the season, but already I could feel like, you know what, I didn't even know Agent Carter already premiered, so I don't necessarily need any more Agent Carter. I think if this is the last season, that's fine, especially with the Marvel's Phase 3 that's happening, and maybe you'll have a connection to Civil War. Of course, Civil War, there's a lot of spoilers out there. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it's a heavy indication that it's going to tie in, or you're going to appreciate Carter even more in that film, and you're going to see Cap really feel for Carter in that film. So if it's any indication that all those are true, but I gotta say, Agent Carter, the way it started off, first episode wasn't that great. Second episode really pulled me back in. It is interesting where these characters are headed. You got little plot lines here and there that are could lead to somewhere, especially with disappearances, mystery, and of course this overall plot about this substance that is killing, that is somewhat of an atom bomb when you think about it. So thank you guys for listening. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, like the video if you like it, and comment below. Like I said, if you're watching Agent Carter, how did you feel about the premiere? Did you feel the same way like me, where the first episode wasn't that great, but the second episode really kind of pulled me back into it? And who is your favorite character in Agent Carter? I would like to know. So, like I said, hit that subscribe button. Would really appreciate that. And I'll see you guys next time. So, more Agent Carter. Hopefully, it gets a little. Hopefully, it just keeps climbing, gets better and better and better. I don't think the special effects going to get better, especially the gunshots. Like, but overall, not too bad on the start. So, on that, man, that's done.